how did the Dawn Wall like change your career? Like did it actually like did all that media coverage like change your situation? Were you starting to be like recognized at airports? Like what did it like, and I have no idea, but like what did it do for you or not do for you? Or like what were the was it a blessing and curse kind of situation?
I mean, it was definitely a blessing and a curse. It definitely changed my career and my life in a lot of ways. Like, still to this day, 8 years later or whatever, I get recognized kind of wherever I go. Like, I was just in Europe and I get recognized in the train stations in Europe or in airports or whatever. It's not just in the US, it's kind of nationally. There was a lot of opportunity, which that's the blessing and the curse part. Like I feel like I feel pretty stable about supporting my family as a climber, which I kind of never thought that would be the case, and now I feel like
Hmm.
it's the case, and I'm psyched about that. But also, I think I enjoy the kind of life where I can focus on singular things very intensely, like the Dawn Wall. And my life's just not like that anymore. I feel
Hmm.
like I'm pulled in a million different directions all the time, and so it's getting pretty good now. Like I feel like I'm in a good spot now, but it's taking a good like 5 6 years to figure out how to manage all that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's so interesting, like in terms of being a professional athlete in climbing, because it's not like being a football player where you're like every Sunday I go play a game. Like you do actually probably have to really think about your time and how you're using it because so many of the opportunities don't like no one's buying a ticket to see you climb, right? Like it's the actual performance of what you do is different from how you make money as a professional,
Right.
right?
And
And was that disconcerting in the beginning to sort of have to like juggle all that? Like, how did you get frustrated by that attention, or was it just something you knew you needed to get better at?
Um, I get frustrated by the attention. I mean, I definitely my stress level went up. I remember I was like having these weird shoulder problems, and I went to my a physical therapist, and she's like, "It's because your stress is too high." Like, I started to feel injured because I was just dealing with all these things I hadn't dealt with before. And I think part of the reason was I think some professional athletes they sort of have this ramp up into that kind of life of being a public person. I guess I did kind of, but I didn't expect it to really explode that quickly. So my life really changed overnight. Like suddenly I was standing on stages in front of like, 2,000 people doing these events, and that's something I never wanted to do, really.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think if John hadn't taken an interest in that story, like from your standpoint, was like John really the beginning of the wall of coverage?
I think it was a bunch of things. I think John came in at a very instrumental time, but we had been working on the route for a lot of years, so the interest, had kind of been vacillating, and people kind of had given up on us, and it all seemed impossible. And then the fact that it seemed possible really got climbers interested. And then John did a great job of writing it all down in a way that was very understandable to the larger audience. But also think we just sort of happened across this very intriguing form of storytelling. Like the fact that we were up there for 19 days and people could follow along every day and like get these updates. That's kind of exciting. It's like if you think about the Olympics or something as this big event that lasts, I forget how long the Olympics last, a week or 2 weeks or something. You
Yeah,
you're
2 weeks.
excited about
Yeah.
yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. So you're excited about the next stage every day. And I think a 2 week story that's unfolding real time is it just happens to be this really incredibly exciting way to to be a spectator, I guess. And we didn't realize that ahead of time. But I think that's one of the reasons it worked so well. And then also the world was kind of boring comparatively right then. Now, if that were to happen now, it would get no coverage.
Yeah, I think John was joking about that. It's like
it
it
may
may
have
have
been a
been a
slow
slow
news
news
day
day
when
when
it
it
started,
started,
and
and
then
then
it
it
obviously
obviously like took on a life of its own.